He's heating up.
Heat of the moment. The buzzer literally just sounded to end the game. Literally just sounded. Miami 119, Milwaukee 114. Heat up 3-1. That was by far the greatest performance by any Miami Heat player in the history of the organization. That may have been one of the greatest playoff performances ever. Heat of the moment. I haven't checked any stats. I haven't checked any record books, any history. I'm not checking anything. That may have been the greatest performance. First of all, that's probably one of the greatest performances I've ever seen with these two eyes sitting down watching the game. Jimmy goes 56 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Granted, nobody else was hitting a single shot. He goes 15 for 18 from the free throw line, 3 for 8 from 3, 19 of 28 from the field. Now, we know that Jimmy needs help. Jimmy doesn't know that Jimmy needs help. And if you watch the game, he scored majority of his points on Drew Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo for majority of the game, and he didn't start going crazy on Chris Middleton until towards the end of the game. Late in the fourth quarter, that's when he took advantage of the Middleton matchup. But up to that point, he had at least about 35 on Giannis and Drew Holiday. Listen, y'all know how I feel about Miami. I love Dwayne Wade. I always think back to Game 3. You're down, 13 points. D-Wade gets off the bench. I'm not going out like that. LeBron, 46 points. Going into TD Garden. Going into Boston. Man, this might be the one. I mean, I can't find a single game in the back of my... I mean, D-Wade versus Boston. Game 4, 2010. He drops 46. He hits 5 or 6 3-pointers. I'm hot. Listen, what Jimmy Butler did tonight, methodically dismantled the entire Milwaukee Bucks team by himself. On top of the fact, he was on Giannis defensively. He was on Drew Holiday defensively. He was guarding Chris Middleton defensively. Majority of his minutes was spent guarding the best players on the other team and being guarded by the best defenders on the other team, but 2 of the best defenders in the world. Drew Holiday was voted the best defender by the players this season. Giannis Antetokounmpo was Defensive Player of the Year. Brook Lopez, a Defensive Player of the Year finalist. This is a championship team. They have a championship. Won the finals 2 years back. What did we just watch? Now, look, everybody likes to say, you know what? You know, Giannis, Joker, Embiid, all those guys, top players in the league. As soon as you hit April, Jimmy Butler is undoubtedly a top 5 player in the entire world. I'm begging somebody to debate, argue, counter this argument. I am begging somebody to do or say something to combat that. Jimmy Butler is arguably one of the best players in the world, April to June, April through May. I can't find any evidence that says otherwise. Now, look, if you look at it from this perspective, you got guys missing games left and right. Kawhi Leonard is out of the next game. John Morant's missed time. Anthony Davis, like I said, he's a ticking time bomb. We don't know how long he's going to be in the game. Paul George is out. I mean, we can go down a list of all the stars that have missed time. Even Giannis has missed time. Giannis came back. He can barely sit more than 30 seconds without his back hurting. Jimmy Butler had 22 points in the first quarter. They had to take him to the locker room to get an IV before he can go back into the game. That's how drained he was. He had to literally carry this team the entire way. Him, by himself, had to carry this team. He had 56 points out of 119. Let me say this, okay? If they close it out in 5, I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll get blitzed in game 5. When they go to Milwaukee, they will get blitzed. They will probably be run out of the gym unless Jimmy shows up and does what he did tonight. They will be blitzed, and I imagine at some point they might try to double Jimmy. If Miami wins this series, I will say this: Bam's time is numbered in Miami. Kyle Lowry, due to his contract, and Duncan Robinson, due to his contract, his days are numbered in Miami. If Damian Lillard sets foot in South Beach, and then they get a third bona fide superstar, I mean, like I said, Bam may have to go to make this happen. You can't make a plausible argument as to why Miami can't win a championship if they have a guy like this that's willing to do this, that's able to do this. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. This is going to go down as one of the greatest games in the history of Miami Heat, and is going to go down as one of the greatest games in the history of the NBA, especially by an 8th seed that just went 3-1 on the Milwaukee Bucks. And everybody, all the money, FanDuel, DraftKings, PointsBet, all of it was on Milwaukee to win this game, especially once Giannis said that he was playing tonight. Come on, man. 56 points against the best player in the world and one of the greatest defenses in the league, the overall number 1 seed of the league. Give him his respect, man. Respect that man. Respect that man. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. That's one more for the good guys, and Heat Nation, we up.
He's heating up.